Good morning and welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, joined in the studio by our producer, Nick Steffens.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Our publisher is Matt Bryant, and later our guests will be Jodie and Carol of Boxcar Treasures. We're going to learn more about their business located on the square, as well as their location in Crawfordsville. They're excited to hear more from them. So that'll be later in the show. Right now, I guess we'll jump into weather. 33 degrees and mostly cloudy. It is supposed to get up into the 50s, though, which is rather exciting.
It was very nice this weekend where I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not like mentally ill and I just need like sun and I'm not as sad as I usually am.
Yeah, yesterday was really nice. I went out for a walk and I wore way too much clothes because I was like, well, it says it's 45, but there's snow on the ground, and I'm really confused on what it's like outside.
But no, it was nice this weekend.
It was nice. All right, jumping into local events. Doesn't look like there's anything on the local events sheet from the Washington Chamber. However, I did just want to give a plug for the Demon Boys basketball team. They're playing their sub-state game tonight. It's at Washington at the Washington High School at 7 p.m. They play Fairfield. You do have to purchase tickets ahead of time. You can do that at the Iowa High School Athletic Association website, which is IAHSAA.org.
That is, I had to say that acronym for Newsbreak a lot during the sports segment, and it is not fun to get through.
I feel like I always just Google like Iowa Athletic Association and figure it out. But yesterday I tried to go off of memory and it showed up like Illinois. And I'm like, oh, nope, wrong I-state.
They need to condense that a little bit.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll jump into the police report. There were 16 traffic stops, 5 warrant arrests, calls, 3 disorderly conduct, 3 fire calls, 3 trespassing, 2 animal calls, 2 harassment, 2 court order violations, 2 thefts, 2 hang-up 911 calls, 2 vandalisms, 2 other offenses, 2 assist other agency, and then some singles for a total of 52 calls. And I probably shouldn't have read all those doubles because that was a lot.
No, we're trying to inform the populace here.
All right, and now we're jumping into the highlights, or Nick and I were trying to decide whether it should be called the lowlights of the police report or the highlights. So whichever one you want to call it. There was a traffic call in Ainsworth. Caller reports a vehicle is dead on the railroad tracks. CP Railway was notified. Vehicle was removed from the tracks without incident. It was left on the side of the road to be removed tomorrow. It was added to the documentation.
That is one of my biggest fears, is just having a car stall on the railroad tracks.
That would probably be one of the worst places for that to happen. But I'm glad they got that taken care of. Disorderly conduct in Washington. Caller reports a female subject yelling loudly. 106 and 112 responded. 106 spoke with the female. Everything was fine.
Have you ever done scream therapy?
I haven't.
I did it once in college, and it works like in the short term, but it's fun. You should definitely.
Do you think that's what she was doing, or do you think she was yelling at her children or husband?
Both.
I mean, they're all pretty viable options. An intimidation or harassment call in Washington. Caller reports an ex-boyfriend and another female are ringing her doorbell in the middle of the night. 117 spoke with the caller, advised she was seeking some options.
It's an interesting way to get back at your ex, I guess. Ding-dong ditching.
You think one of the options was cutting the doorbell wire?
I was going to say, there's more harmful things that could have been done, so I'm glad it's just ding-dong ditching.
Yeah, that would have been annoying.
No, like slash tires or anything like that.
Right. People probably don't egg anymore because of how expensive eggs are. All other offenses call in Washington reports inmates family members are trying to speak to the inmate from outside the building through the window. 9210 responded. They were leaving upon his arrival. A vehicle stop was conducted at Lexington Boulevard and Highway 1. Occupants were given a verbal warning and advised if this happens again, they will be charged.
I'm really curious, what would the charge be?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it illegal to talk to someone that's in?
Is that trespassing?
I guess trespassing might be it.
Yeah,
but I don't know if like it was the act of actually talking to someone through the prison bars.
Why don't you call out there and ask? And then
yeah, well, I think some of them do watch the show, so if they can like put in the comments what exactly it would be, that'd be helpful for me.
All right, very good. That's all we have for the police report. We'll head to commercial break, and when we get back, we'll talk to Jodie and Carol from Boxcar Treasures.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hey, what did one tomato say to the other tomato during a road race? Catch up.
I was going to say
Were you?
that.
You
Yes.
Good morning and welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, joined in the studio with Jodie and Carol from Boxcar Treasures. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
Great. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm excited to have you guys here this morning and learn more about Boxcar Treasures. Can you guys first tell me about your mugs? You guys brought all the props this morning, and I'm so impressed. Don't spill what's in it, though.
Oh, yes, of course, of course. It's kind of hot, but, we did this little craft project, and I got to say my business partner here just knocked it out of the park when she made these for us. So very blessed to have such a talented and lovely business partner.
So live with Boxcar Treasures.
Well, I'm saying we need to get our own mugs now.
I know. Let's find some sponsors, get our pictures put on there.
Yep. And I'm Jodie Shimke. And we are the owners of Boxcar Treasures.
Have you heard the exciting
Well,
news?
tell these guys the exciting news, Carol.
We have 2 stores, Washington and Crawfordsville.
That's right. 2 amazing locations with antiques, crafts, and collectibles.
Like us on Facebook and tell all your friends and family about us.
And check out our website at boxcartreasures.com.
Hope to see you soon.
All aboard. Woo woo.
That was so fun when we got that
It
commercial.
was. We did that.
KCII. John Bain came to us about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And we worked that up, and we've been using that. And
Ever since.
yeah.
That's great.
Isn't it fun?
And you guys have it memorized?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's
yes.
impressive. We kind of do an impromptu twist on it every now and again to get people's attention. But a lot of times when the stores are busy and we're together, we like to do that just to have some fun.
That is awesome. Very good. All right. Well, you guys just told us a little bit about Boxcar Treasures and your little jingle there, but can you tell us a little bit about your locations, your hours, how you guys got started?
Yeah. Actually, this goes back to 2016. I was working at the University of Iowa in the Department of Sports Medicine, and, I was at the university in healthcare for 18 years, and I was just kind of getting burned out. And the more I got up to 50 years of age and, your life is well over half over, I just decided I wanted to go out and do something different. And so I had a friend that had a really run-down shack over on East 5th Street and right along the railroad tracks. And it was an old, used to be an old, like a factory. I'm not for sure all what was in there, but what was in there at the end was a TV store. And so in August of 2016, everybody really actually thought I was crazy because this place was really run down, needed a lot of work, painting and lights, and really needed cleaned up. But I could see a vision in it and wanted to go for it. And so we started in August, and then we actually opened up in December 10th. At the time, I had no idea that was even Jodie's birthday. We never even knew each other
Okay.
in the whole beginning. It was kind of a journey alone here for me. And I always had wished that Boxcar could continue and grow in different stores throughout the state of Iowa. And so when I went to work one day in the break room, I could not think of a name to call the store. And I knew I wanted to do some antiques and crafts collectibles. I kind of wanted to get away from more of the garage sale kind of typical feel. I just kind of wanted it to be a kind of a unique little store. And so one of the nurses there, Sherry, come up with Boxcar, and it just hit, and it just sat with me. So on the journey, we started with, we had about 36 vendors that was in the store, and at that time it was about 2,500 square feet, and there was a lot more room in the building for us to expand. Mm-hmm. And so that's how it kind of started, and then Jodie had called a few times, and I was really extremely busy, and I really never looked at the text messages or the phone calls, because way up till in the middle of the night, I was painting actually a track inside the business. Mm-hmm. And so she came in and she started talking and really excited about the store. And she too had a vision that she wanted to do. And I'll let her explain that here in a minute. But that's how it kind of all started, where she came in and she was actually number 15 as a vendor. And then I'm going to let her tell her little story about what she felt about
So it started
Boxcar.
with people coming to
Sign up,
rent space. Okay.
Absolutely.
And sell
Yeah.
their items.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Take it away, Jodie.
All right. So when I came in, when I finally got a hold of her, I know she had been very busy trying to get things set up. And I met her at the end of December of that year, and we did get to talking and visiting, and I came in and I opened a booth, and I was lucky enough to be right inside the door. And I come from a background of customer service and retail experience, so I had always wanted to own my own business too. And I come from a background of my family owning a garbage business. So can you imagine everything that I got that was good was out of the trash. Awesome. And so I'm not afraid to jump in the dumpster and salvage those things that are really historical or have meaning or, need new life if they're repurposed. So Carol and I worked together. She basically couldn't get rid of me. We spent a lot of time together, and then one day it just clicked, and she said, what if we went into this together? And so very shortly thereafter, we got an opportunity to open up our store in Ainsworth. And so within 6 months, we had the second shop. And from there, it was just kind of a snowball effect. And before the year was finished, we had a third store in Bonaparte. And so things really took off for us. And it's been quite the journey ever since. So a couple of moves along the way, but everything happens for a reason. And we're very happy with the 2 locations that we have currently.
Yeah. So tell me about those 2 locations. Where is your location in Washington, and then
I'll let you talk
Crawfordsville?
about Washington, Carol.
Okay, so Washington is on the east side of the square, right in the center of the square.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
We are very blessed. We had been wanting to get up on the square for quite a while, and at the old location, was there just right at 5 years. And we kept looking at different buildings, and just nothing seemed to kind of click or feel the correct vibe. And then a gal went by and seen a sign in the window, and she called me and she said, you got to check it out. So that's when we got a hold of Dave and Andy that owns the building, and we went and took a look at it. And at the time, it was one big room.
Right.
And we kept wondering, he was going to put a wall up because he said that there was another business that was kind of ahead of us, and that's the side that they were picking. And I kept wondering, what's going on that side, and we kept kind of wondering if it was going to be kind of compatible to us or what was going to, happen. And then it finally came out where they agreed that they were going to go in the building as well as us, and so then that's when Central Park Antiques moved in. They were busy on their side, we were busy on our side, and we opened up actually just 3 days apart with the business. Really, being up on the square has been a tremendous amount of customers. People can actually see our business more. Washington, to me, in the last 10 years has really blossomed, and people from all over in different states come, and they just love the feel of the old-time square.
Yeah.
And the water fountain, it's beautiful when it's all lit up at night. And there's so much going on in Washington. And one thing about Jodie and I, we praise other businesses as well, because it's a big village in the town of Washington to make every business work.
Yeah.
And so we just love telling people if they want to know where they can place to eat, or if they need to. We always talk about the old theater as well. How unique is that to have something at historical? So we are actually in both stores. We're actually open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5. And those are great hours. And then in the summertime, when they have a lot of stuff in the park and everything going on, we try to accommodate those hours and be open with Boxcar Treasures as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Your location is great downtown, and I'm sure just even moving from your location over by the train tracks to downtown, you probably just increased by a
tripled.
crazy
Probably tripled.
Okay.
I would say so.
I believe it. Just,
Absolutely.
I mean, the amount of people that are downtown, that drive by, that walk by. I mean, and then you have that storefront, like you said, that people can see inside and kind of know, kind of get a picture of what you guys have going on. And I know you guys do a good job of putting things outside your building too that kind of grab people's attention. So that's awesome.
When we first started, we had a couple elderly ladies that was dressed up, and
I sure miss them.
Yes,
They had names,
I
right?
was Beulah and she was Agnes. and-
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear, Agnes, how are you today?
Oh, my goodness. My feet are so swollen.
Oh dear, how did that happen?
I don't know. Too much Boxcar Treasures, I guess. We had so much fun with them.
So
we
did
really
somebody buy
miss
them?
So there was a gal from Muscatine,
Uh-huh.
and she kept coming in wanting to buy Agnes and Beulah. And they were a hit because people would walk by and they'd look, or people would drive by and you would worry that they were going to hit a car because it was catchy.
Yeah.
It really was. And we did a lot of commercials with them. And we come up with the craziest things to talk about, but people really enjoyed it. And so this gal, she kept coming back, and I kept really not wanting to sell, and I'd call Jodie, and every time she would want to buy, I'd call Jodie, and we would still come to agreement that we didn't want to buy. So her and her husband come in one day, and
Persistent.
yes. And so
Very.
I called Jodie, and I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say a ridiculous price because she's not going to bite it,
Yeah.
And so Jodie said, go for it. And so I went up to the front counter and I said, we've been talking about this. I think a price for Beulah and Agnes to let them go would be this. And she goes, I'll take it. And the look on my
Like,
face.
dang, I should have said more.
Well, I don't know if I was going to cry or faint at the time. So when they started to get ready to leave, I said, absolutely not. I am going to load them up in your car and put them in the back seat, and we put the seatbelt on them, and we did a little video of goodbye. And those ladies are having a lot of fun. They are at the Little Red Hen. It's a fabric store down in Muscatine.
Okay.
And one is at the sewing machine, and one is having either tea or playing cards.
That's great.
And you just got to go down and see them. But we have somebody else now in our store, Ethel Sue. You have to come and see Ethel Sue. She's in Bonnie's booth.
Oh, Ethel,
And-
yes.
And forget Ethel.
Oh, I did forget Ethel.
And she gets a lot of eyes too. But there was a lot of fun with the ladies.
I do have to ask, were Agnes and Beulah found in the dumpster?
No. Actually, we purchased them. One of our vendors, Georgia, has a booth at our store in Washington, and she has a lot of different mannequins, and when we seen that, it was just amazing. So if you've never seen Agnes or Beulah, you should check them out. They're in our videos.
Yes, and it really helped save us during COVID. We had to get extremely creative during that time to save the businesses, with the state being shut down for an entire month or two, I think it was. So a lot of what we did was videos and online and Facebook Lives, which is where these little silly mugs came in. Oh, I about spilled. But at any rate, we've just had a real fun time bringing those characters to life and doing things that people enjoy.
And during COVID, I really believe that is what made us extremely strong women entrepreneurs, because we were determined that we were not going to give up. Mm-hmm. So I went home that night, and I just, the funny part about it is both of our spouses work at the university. They go to work. Thank goodness they have the insurance for us. And we come to a place that we don't even call work. When we hit our feet on the floor in the mornings, we are just, excited. Every day is a different day at Boxcar Treasures, and we meet people that come in the door as customers, and I think they really leave as friends and family.
Yeah.
But I went home that one night, and I was thinking, what can we do? Because I am not going to have anybody prove us wrong.
Right.
Because when I first started this, people thought I was absolutely nuts to leave the university with benefits, and the salary was good. But money is not always everything either, And I just knew that I was going to be strong enough, and the Lord was going to give us the strength, and we were going to make it. So I got in bed that night, and I thought, I've got to think of something crazy. What if I shave my head? So I thought, we need $7,500 a month. That's just the basic across the top to even
Operating.
Mm-hmm. So I went back and I said to Jodie, Jodie, if we raised, I'll make a pledge. We have to raise $7,500 or more, and I will shave my head down to the scalp. And I think she thought I had really lost it.
I thought she was completely nuts.
But I think she's seen in my eyes that I was dead set. That month, we made $7,551. Now, I want to tell you something. Nobody really wanted me to shave my head. They just said, we wanted to help you girls stay in business.
Right.
So please don't shave your head. I said, no. I said that I was going to shave my head. And so out on my deck, Jodie came. And
Facebook Live.
Our spouses thought we was crazy. And you can actually watch this on our videos. And so I thought, she's in this with me. She's my business partner. What is she going to do?
Yeah. So everybody challenged me, and I was like, well, double the hair, double the money. So, and we end up having our best May ever. It was a record May for us, and within 3 weeks, we hit that goal of double the money. And it was a lot of fun, and as petrified as I was to shave this, because it's always been long and curly, we had a lot of fun and laughed a lot when we did that.
So how long has it taken your hair to grow back?
Well, this is it.
This is the third year, so it came back pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
For both of us, really.
So she was supposed to have 15,000, and that month we did over 22,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow, I feel like we should have. Feel like we should have done an hour for the show today. I feel like we have so much to talk about. We're gonna head to commercial break, and then we'll come back and talk more Boxcar Treasures, and of course the birthday game.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to Washington Live. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, joined in the studio with co-owners of the Boxcar Treasures here in Washington and Crawfordsville, Jodie and Carol. We're having a super fun time talking and learning more about Boxcar Treasures and listening to all the exciting things that they've been up to and they've done in their business ventures since they started in 2016. So we talked we've talked a lot about a lot of things, shaving their head, their Washington location, when they started, all of those things. But I think Jodie was going to talk a little bit about their Crawfordsville location as well.
Absolutely.
And where that is.
Yeah, so what we did is we moved the Ainsworth store, which was kind of hidden off of 218, a little bit hard to find. We moved that down to Crawfordsville, which is in an old gas station, and it's right off of 218, so extremely easy to find. We're at the Wyman exit, so we have Wyman Rustics that's not very far away. They're about 3 miles away, so a great little small business as well. And it gives us a lot of new opportunities to continue to grow our business. So this year, we are going to do 7 to 12 events outside, and so we're extremely excited about that. One's called Loot in the Boot. So in England, boot means trunk, so it's just like junk in the trunk.
Okay.
So essentially anybody can pull in. So if you get up on a Saturday morning and you say, gosh, I got a lot of stuff in my garage I need to get rid of, pack it all up in your vehicle, drive on over to Boxcar Treasures in Crawfordsville, and for a small fee, you can sell right out of our parking lot. It's going to be an all-day event, and for, again, that small fee, it'll be like a mini flea market going on.
Awesome. And what day is that?
It's every third Saturday of the month.
Okay.
So the first one happens April 15th. Setup time will begin at 8 a.m. and will actually be open for business by 9. Now, April 15th is also Treasure Trek this year, which essentially focuses on businesses along 218. So we're the furthest point south on that, and then it runs up 218 to Riverside. So we'll have the two events coinciding on that same day. So it's going to be crazy busy and very exciting. And we're looking really forward to that. So a lot of excitement going on around it.
Awesome, yeah. And if people wanted to find out more information about that, is that like on your Facebook page?
It is. There's an event posted on our Facebook page, and they can give me a call as well directly. We use our cell phones for business purposes, and it's all over the place, from the side of our vehicles to Facebook to anywhere they can find us online. You can find our phone numbers.
And also the treasures in people's trunks outside. The business is still going to be open inside.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the business will be open, as well as anybody who wants to come participate outside. I'm looking forward to, I've talked to a food truck as well, so we're going to look to have food available on the premises. July 4th, we'll also do a flea market. And then during Old Threshers, we did one last year, and it was just phenomenal. We had, I believe, 11 vendors set up, and it was all 5 days during Old Threshers. And it was so much fun, and we were so busy. And we will definitely have a food truck there this year for that too. So
Awesome. Very good. All right. Well, check out the Facebook page to mark those on your calendar. If people stop in your store, either one, what can they expect when they walk through the door? Like someone who's never been in your store and they're wondering what Boxcar Treasures has.
Well, I think the first thing that you're going to notice is each of the locations greet you. Even if we're busy with customers or checking somebody out, it's one of our goals to make you feel welcome. So we always say, hi, welcome to Boxcar Treasures, or good afternoon.
Glad you're here.
Glad you're here. We really try and make it feel inviting. And like Carol said, we talk, we communicate, we find out what somebody's looking for. And it's really such a wide variety, eclectic mix, antiques, crafts, collectibles, knickknacks, just everything you can imagine at both of the stores. And they're both uniquely different.
And I would say throughout our store, we do have maybe a little bit of more high-end thrift stuff, but we are very known for everything nice, organized, and clean, and bright. Friendly is a huge
factor. That's definitely what we want to be known for.
We get a little chuckle because sometimes we always say, have you been here before? And if they say they have not, we always say, well, what took you so long? And that makes them stop to think,
That's awesome.
But a lot of people that come in, I think there's gifts for any age group.
Yeah.
And I think our prices are very reasonable. And I think one of the things that's so great is a lot of the vendors and consigners try to keep that price so that we can keep people coming back and know that they can get a really nice gift for a great price. And we do have gift certificates. We sell a lot of gift certificates. So
yeah, that's great. I've been into the store multiple times, and my kids love going there. They're 10 and 8-year-old boys, and I didn't know that there was a downstairs, so we wandered downstairs, and I think we left with we like the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals baseball team, and there was like some collectible cars downstairs with like an Albert Pujols card or somebody, so it was like a brand new, that somebody had, and the kids bought that with their own money, and they were so excited. So like you said, you do really have everything, something for everybody, and I think that's really awesome. So can you explain, like, if somebody wanted to consign or somebody wanted to, how does that work if somebody wanted to sell their items there, or how does that work?
So right now we have over 600 people that work with us between vendors and consigners. At the Crawfordsville location, there's 20 vendors. There I only have one level on the Crawfordsville location where Carol has, and she runs the Washington store most of the time, whereas I'm most likely at Crawfordsville. And she has a full basement, as you mentioned. She has 28, I believe, vendors on that main floor. So if somebody wanted to get in touch with us, we currently have a wait list to become a vendor with us.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a long list, but as people, have changes in their life or maybe downsizing and decide not to do it anymore, there may become a chance to be a vendor. Now, where the consigner part is more so we just bring it in, and for Carol, it's mostly the basement is all consignment type items. So it's a percentage that we take, and if you price the item, it's a, is it 30-60?
30-70.
30-70 split?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's 60-40 if we price it for you. So we have a couple different options there available.
Very good.
Over the years, we've really grown with this business, and we've learned a lot. Anybody that starts a business, you don't know everything right from the beginning, and we learn something new every day. And
Still.
Yes. And if we can find a little space, if somebody's just wanting to set up a few things, we have a way that we can sure find square footage somewhere in our stores. But it's fun. It's just a really nice, inviting atmosphere for people to come into. We have a lot of people that come in, and it's their therapy. Mm-hmm. And what I like about it is, Jodie and I talk about this all the time, it does take a lot of people to make it a nice variety of a store. And we have anywhere from, I think our youngest vendor is either late 20s or early 30s, right up to in the 80s. So
That's Great, yeah.
And it gives them an out, and gives them, it keeps them going.
Something to look forward to, just keeping active, I think keeps our mind active and keeps us going.
And if there's something that we don't know, a lot of our vendors, there's so many different vendors that have bring different, selection.
Yeah.
That we can call them and ask them. I don't think we'll ever run out. In fact, the old store that we were at, it's completely full. The warehouse is completely full. I think we have 2 or 3 semis full. We have a couple people's garages. Hope they don't call the next day or so wanting us to get stuff out. But we always have new stuff, and we really like to rotate stuff. And what's really neat, though, in Washington, having an antique store right next to us, it's not really competition. We, in fact, Ed and Karen, they were one of our vendors when we first started over there, and they have pretty much all antiques. So, when they go in that store, it's a different feel, and then they come into ours as well, and we go back and forth and help one another, and yeah, it's great.
It is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think we could talk for another hour or so, but we should probably wrap things up. I know we talked a little bit about commercial break, about the successes you've had, and what would you say what makes Boxcar Treasures a success in Washington and Crawfordsville?
I think the biggest thing that helps make us a success, besides our determination, is everybody that we surround ourselves with, from our vendors to business co-owner, other business owners, and supporting one another. If somebody asks us, like Carol said, where do I go to eat? We'll give them the different options. Hey, have you thought of this? Or have you tried this? Where do I go if I want to find such and such? Or what's another antique store I might check out? So we give them direction and really point to those other people that we love supporting and support us. Without that, it's kind of difficult to get your name to continue to be out there and to spread the word.
Yeah, and when I started this business long time ago, it feels like, but are we going on 6 or 7 years now?
Well, we just celebrated 6.
Yeah.
So
we'll be uptown 2 years already.
Yep.
And then December will be 7 years.
Yep. It's amazing.
It doesn't take a lot of money to start a business. It's a lot of times who you know and think really strong and hard how you can make something start without little money, because either one of us didn't want to take money away from our own personal
retirements and things like that.
Yeah. To me, I feel that Boxcar continues to grow and thrive is because we surround ourselves around upbeat, positive people, and we look at different mentors to keep us going. And if we have any negative that comes in the store, any drama, we nip it right away. And I just think that people can know they can come somewhere and feel that
and have fun with us. Yeah.
That's awesome. Very good. Well, it really does take a village, and what a great place to be, downtown Washington, and then along 218 right with a bunch of traffic. So
absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, I really enjoyed learning more about Boxcar Treasures and your guys' determination and your successes, and I encourage anybody watching or wondering what they've got in there to make sure to check them out. I think they said 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday at both locations. So,
and we appreciate you and Nick letting us come on.
Yes, thank you so much. What a joy. What a fun thing to do this morning.
I do believe word of mouth is about the best advertising you can ever get.
Absolutely. I agree.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for bringing the energy and making such a fun Monday show for us.
Absolutely.
And now, I guess we'll jump into the birthday game. You said you had a son with a birthday today?
Yes. The most important thing that I should remember today is our son, Travis Riggin, is 29 years old today. And he's going to be a parent in July, him and Katie. And this will be our first grandchild, so we're super excited about that. So anyway, happy birthday, son. Love you.
All right. Happy birthday to him. I had some birthdays on my Facebook list, too. Crystal Quigley and Heather Brokaw. Happy birthday to you. And then over the weekend, Coach Steve Roth and Danielle Six. Happy birthday.
I've had this suspicion lately that I'm forgetting someone's birthday, and it's kind of been stressing me out
it
for
your,
like the past
mom
week.
or dad or
It's
something?
no one like directly related to me, but I feel like there's someone that I'm forgetting, but I'm not based off Facebook.
Well, the good thing is you're on camera a lot, so
That's
when
true.
you remember,
That is
you can
true.
wish him a happy birthday. So today's National Comfy Day.
Yeah, well, it's
Really?
also President's Day, but also I think it's important to note that it's National Comfy Day.
I know, so I feel like I overdressed. I feel like I should have worn like pajamas to the show today.
Yeah, well, I think we should have all taken the day off and
I feel like
stayed
you let
home.
us down, Nick.
I originally, Mary Aude gave me the idea of dressing as George Washington today, but the costume wouldn't get in until the 23rd. So
bummer.
I opted not to do that.
Well, there's always next year. We can plan ahead
true.
for next year because
That's
there's going to be
true.
a President's Day next year. We could each pick a president to dress up as.
Perfect.
Okay.
You can be Lincoln.
All right. All right. The birthday game.
Yes. So the birthday game, I'll put a celebrity whose birthday is today on the screen.
Okay.
You have to guess their age. If within 3 years, you get a point. If you get it right on, you get 2 points.
Okay, so we've got a little competition going, you're saying?
Yes.
Oh,
you
we
guys,
love
you guys can play
competition.
as Boxcar Treasures, or you guys can play separately. Which one?
Okay.
You guys, it's up to you guys. The first celebrity, if I can get my cursor over the proper, is Rihanna or Rihanna. I'm not quite sure which one she is. The Super Bowl performer from this year, as well as the youngest female billionaire. Fun fact.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I'm going to say she's 28.
I'm going to say 33.
29.
She is 35, so you get a point to start. Starting off 1-0. Next up is Olivia Rodrigo, a very new pop star. The hint is that she's younger than me.
All right.
Well, that helps me. Not at all. Not at all.
I'm going to say 26.
I'm going to say 24.
They don't know your age.
They do not.
20.
Oh, wow.
She is 20.
Oh, wow.
I always love doing that to guess because everyone always thinks I'm older than what I actually am. Next up, we have Miles Teller, starred in the new Top Gun Maverick as his latest movie.
I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is either, but I'm going to say 38.
I'm going to say 35.
We'll go 33.
Good.
He is 36, so you guys all get a point on that one.
Woo!
The last celebrity we have is Trevor Noah, the, I guess now former host of The Daily Show. Is that what it's called? I'm not quite sure what he's up to
You don't
nowadays.
have
I think
any
he's
wrinkles.
And what's this guy's name?
Trevor Noah.
2 first names.
That's
I'll go. I have no idea. I feel like I think he's younger than he is. I'll go 29.
I'm going to say 36.
Oh, no, he's not 36.
Well, maybe he
doesn't have
looks
any-
young for his age.
I'm going to say, what did you say?
I said 29.
I'm going to say 26.
He's actually 39 years old, so
Oh,
get a point.
He dyes his hair.
No, I think he just is young forever.
It's good genes.
Yeah. No
Beautiful,
kidding.
beautiful smile.
So what's the final tally on that one?
Well, Jodie got a point the first round on Rihanna. I
think Jodie won.
Did she? All right.
wait,
Yeah, because she got 36.
Yeah, she won.
Yeah.
I keep misplacing the trophies.
The trophies are over there on the back table.
Yeah, so you guys do get a trophy for winning.
Oh, wow.
It's
How
just back on
exciting.
that table because I forgot to bring them up here earlier. But you do get a
We'll
trophy.
forgive you.
Okay.
All
You get a
right.
trophy, Dad.
That was fun.
Yes, that was fun.
That was
Thank you.
fun, Yeah. Any final words, ladies?
Stop by Boxcar Treasures.
Hope to see you soon.
Boxcar, Washington, and Crawfordsville.
All aboard. Thank you.
I was gonna add the woo woo because I knew it needed to go somewhere there. So, well, thanks again for joining us, ladies.
Absolutely. Thank you. It was fun.
Make sure to check out Boxcar Treasures in downtown Washington or on 218 in Crawfordsville. Thanks for joining us on Washington Live. As always, please like, follow, and share. Make sure to share suggestions you have in the chat below or email washialive@gmail.com. I'm your guest host, Diana Rich, and I hope you have a great Monday.